Can you hear me?
Coming in through my left ear.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not coming through in stereo, but at least you can hear me. Oh, I'm so upset right now.
The dogs are so happy you're talking now.
It was working fine, and now it's not, but now it's just one ear. Like, I haven't... I'm bumping your gain now. I'm bumping your gain down now, Andrew. Alright, I'm bumping your gain back up, Andrew. Yeah, I even took a nap so that, and I haven't spoken. Like, I have not talked all day long just so I could have a voice for tonight, and then this. I don't know why I'm only coming through on one side. I don't understand. I'm so confused right now. What about now? Now am I coming through okay? And it had to have been the restart, which made Twitch work, but didn't. It broke everything else. I'm assuming all the static is because of RTX voice. I'm so sorry, everybody, that I was that loud. I tried to make it stereo just then, and it muted me completely. So,
I can hear you now, though.
Yeah.
Or I could hear you before.
I think we're stuck with me just in your left ears, everybody, for tonight. I can bump my gain up a little bit. Bring the mic a little bit closer. So all of this is what I stress about on the back end for recorded videos and have to edit out and fix and things like that. Can't do that live.
Nope. Sure can. So before we officially start the podcast, I'd like to say that I got a call person.
You got a what?
A call from someone in HR at my work.
Really?
2 hours ago, and I missed it, and so I called them back. They didn't answer. So I don't know if I'm in trouble or for something or not.
They probably just wanted to tell you how great a job you're doing.
No, that's definitely not it.
All right, let me tweet out from the official account that we're live again, and I apologize for all the issues. And then I'll reveal our special guest, and we can do a podcast with me just in your left ears.
Trying to think. The only thing I could think of is that I retweeted something semi-political, I guess, on Twitter. So maybe they saw that.
It could be, yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, don't do that." But I don't know. Or they're just calling me for tech help.
That also could be it. So our special guest for tonight, as Pat has said in the chat, Pat, is not able to be here tonight. He had some personal stuff come up. I believe he's still hanging out in the chat if I haven't blown his ears up. So he's still able to hang with everybody. But last minute, I needed somebody last minute, so I made a phone call, and I was able to call a certain buff granny from nearby town, and so we have Buff Granny's here. She says that she'll help if we'll have her. Buff Granny, thank you for coming to the podcast tonight. We very much appreciate you.
I'm so glad I had this stream up for once.
So we'll get into Buff Granny's week in a little bit and see what she's been up to. But for anybody who doesn't know, Buff Granny is from Hungto Precure, and if you've ever been like, I don't know if I want to watch Precure, Buff Granny's the proof right there. You need to. So yeah.
Yeah, that actually does make me want to watch the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Pat says he got replaced. Oh, nah, Pat, it's okay. Buff Granny can't be here all the time. She's busy helping people. Kat, how could I not be tickled by my own joke? If I'm not tickled by it, who else will be? Oh.
I mean,
All right. Well, Andrew. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
hey babes, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Buff Granny. And we're the Full Spectrum Podcast. Tonight we got some stuff to talk about. We got Trey's Just in Your Left Ear. I don't think Buff Granny's mic is picking up very well, but we'll see. And then we get to talk a little bit about Destiny 2. We get to talk about some Valorant reviews. And we got some other fun stuff coming up. But Andrew, how's your week been?
Well, I was telling Chad earlier, I've been sleeping a lot. I've been very, very sleepy boy. Because I've been working a lot. I mean, not a lot. I've been working normal, but
Yeah.
I did play some Deep Rock Galactic, Rock and Stone,
Nice.
but I might sound mono in both ears. I did. Sorry, this is going to be a problem for me. I'm sleepy, so it's taking me a while to actually read chat, and I read it out loud for some reason.
No, you're good.
But I played some Deep Rock Galactic. I love that game, but I did not hit anything that I really felt like was worth talking about.
Yeah.
Just been grinding it out, enjoying it.
I fixed it.
You fixed it?
I fixed it. I'm in both ears now.
Both ears, baby.
Woo!
That's right, band. Turn it back to stereo.
Right ear, Trey. Right ear, Trey.
Right. Hey, hold on. Right here, Trey is OP.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. Left ear Trey's not quite as strong.
Did I get caught up on Chainsaw Man? Well, I guess you'll have to listen to my week to find out.
I need to.
You really do, because I did get caught up, and it's awesome.
So I was gonna read some today, but instead I took a nap.
Understandable.
Right ear Trey's ult is better.
So I guess I'll start with Chainsaw Man then, just because that's what we started talking about.
Sure.
I got caught up on Chainsaw Man. I read from chapter 25 to 72.
Yeah.
I even read the naughty chapter that you can't get on the app. You have to go to the website for, because it has a scene in it that they deemed too explicit.
You're right, Joel. Hold on, is that for real? I saw Kat talking about that on Twitter, and I was like, "That's not a real."
What?
Or I saw somebody talk about it on Twitter. It might not have been Kat. The chapter you can't read on Shonen Jump.
Yeah, it's not on the app. You have to go to the website.
Why?
And I can't tell you why. There's a 2-page spread of something that they deemed overly explicit.
How does that make any difference?
I don't know.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Also, Buff Granny's got to move over just a little bit so that chat.
Buff Granny. Buff.
Oh, wait, I have
Buff
a fix.
Granny. Buff Granny. Buff Granny. I can walk myself across the street.
Doing good there, buddy?
Singing my Buff Granny song. Yeah, you don't miss much with Chapter 59, honestly.
So Chainsaw Man, really good, worth watching.
Worth watching.
Reading.
It's worth reading, buddy, and it's gonna be worth watching when the anime comes out.
What I was trying to cycle in. Oh no! Hold on, I fixed it.
What you do?
Nothing. We're good.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man is freaking awesome, though. Next week, I will talk more about it. I was looking forward to talking to Pat about it to get some spoiler territory. But like you said, some stuff came up. So, next week.
So what you're saying is I need to get caught up before next week so we can have a full spoiler cast.
That would be awesome.
Okay, I will do that this week. Catch up on.
Catch up. Read 73 chapters.
All of it. Yeah. I haven't read a bit.
Catch up from chapter 1 to 73.
I'll do it this week.
You gotta read the new one on Sunday too.
Better in order to binge all of Chainsaw Man. Hey, honestly, only 72 chapters. Not that bad.
Hold on, there's not a. I thought there was 72 now.
There was a period of time where I reviewed every chapter of Weekly Shonen Jump every week, where I read each of those issues. Every single chapter I read 3 times so that I could review them all. So I could probably do Chainsaw Man without too much. Because I don't have to review that. I could just enjoy it. I probably should take notes.
I was surprised I caught up. I did not think I would be able to catch up because 25 to 72, 71 or whatever seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But it goes by quick. It's 19 pages. I mean, on my phone, I'm just laying in bed, flipping through. But yeah, Chainsaw Man, super good. Highly recommended. Then my birthday. Just ignore. My birthday was on Friday.
Yes, it was.
Thank you for all the birthday wishes, everyone.
All right, everybody, with me now, and Buff Granny. Happy birthday to you. He hates this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to a great podcast host. Use those words so we can use it for Pat or myself or Andrew. Happy birthday to you.
Another year older, another year dumber.
Oh.
So, where is my sombrero?
Not to derail too much. Andrew gets legitimately upset if that happens to him in a restaurant, but also gets upset if it doesn't happen to other people on their birthday.
I love to see it. I just don't want to be a part of it. 25? That's not how old you think I am, really. Let's play. You know what? Let's play Guess Andrew's age.
Should I get the axe? We'll do that.
Just get the axe out. Instead of sitting cuties, we're playing Guess.
All right, Chad. Here you go. You get a chance here. I'm gonna push the button.
Look at this. Look at my beautiful young face.
And you can go 14 3/4.
Man, I'm done with the podcast.
Go ahead and tell him.
All of y'all.
Go ahead and tell him.
I turned 28.
That's right. That's right, Chad. I'm the oldest.
Yeah, and anyone saying 30 or above.
I'm the oldest, Chad. You can't
Everyone
defeat
30
me.
or above is banned.
Can't. Ironically, one of them is banned.
Yeah, especially throwing in that 33 in there. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I'm the oldest, I believe. Not even I believe. I know I'm the oldest. Why would I add I believe on there?
Yeah, I believe out of me and 2 very close friends who I should know about their ages, I believe I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I'll be 30 this year.
Yeah, how old's Pat, everyone?
You're 28, and Pat's 17.
No,
we all know this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say his real age, 16. Oh, snap.
Oh, and Buff Granny, how old are you? I mean, it's very rude to ask a woman how old she is, but Buff Granny, if you would please help the podcast out here. I'm not a day over 69.
She's 69?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Buff Granny, you wild woman.
I didn't even think about it. Oh.
So everybody thinks Pat's my age, and everybody thinks that I'm near death. So thank you.
I have to throw out Joel's comment here. I did fall into a coma a few years back, and they promised me it was only a year, but I have my suspicions. So I think I'm the oldest. Oh, man.
I must know why, Bam. Why do you think HR is
Because
calling?
that's 69 joke.
I hope not. Man, I hope it's not podcast related.
Oh, it can't be, right? You do that on your free time and don't ever talk about work.
That's true.
Can't be about that. The tweet is possible if they follow you on Twitter, which again, I'm one of those people that thinks companies should not follow their employees on Twitter, personally. It's just, that's just me. Because you're hitting on all the hot old ladies at work.
More than likely, see what throws me off about it is they called my cell phone, not my office number.
They probably just had something broke once you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
I had to guess.
My good looks are too distracting. No one's ever said that about me and meant it. And no one ever will. I'm a monster.
I don't know. I was about to say your wife is okay with how you look.
She's okay with it, I guess. She puts up with it.
That if she put up with it, she would have said more at the wedding.
I found the one woman who finds me attractive.
Oh man.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
We were talking about your birthday, and we got derailed.
Oh, yeah. My birthday. Buffering needs everyone that tries their best is hot. No.
Thank you,
Dude, Chad is blowing through right now. It's hard to keep track of everything.
That's literally, I watch straight at the screen of the stream just so I can read chat as it flies by.
See, I mean, hold on. Maybe I can finagle some stuff here. Get it towards a better view.
Anytime I have to do this to look at the docket, chat gets away from me and I have to jump back. But I also have chat up on all three monitors.
So, okay, let me continue.
Yes, please.
My birthday. So the past,
Jerk whips if you can, flippers.
Oh man. Okay, so last year and the year before that, I was extremely sick for my birthday.
Yes.
So this year I did not know what to do, honestly. I was like, okay, well, I'm older.
I hate it too because before those years we would do big stuff for your birthday.
Yeah.
And then this year we had the pandemic too.
Yeah. So it kind of sucked, but I mean, whatever. It wasn't that bad. It kind of just felt like just a special day just to relax and everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't at work. I haven't worked on my birthday, I don't think, ever in my entire life. So.
I can't think of a single birthday after I turned 15 that I wasn't working.
Yeah, I always plan ahead and get my birthday off. So
it's another day that I can work.
Yeah.
Before anybody's like, "Oh, I feel bad for Trey," I choose to work. I could take off.
Yeah. Well, now my current job, I mean, it's pretty much I can take any day off I want. Pretty much, just tell my boss like, "Hey,
yeah,
I want to take off this day," or "Hey, I want to take off this week."
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you got the days for it, so take it.
Man, my boss is a slave driver. He wants me to work all the time. It's a pain.
Yeah, I believe that. Hold on, let me fix my headset. I won't be able to hear anyone for a second.
You are your boss. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Oh, my other boss is pretty chill though. I love how he says he can't hear us, and that was clearly an invitation for me to vamp, and then I just don't say anything. I just sit there without saying anything. I'm the best at vamp. Well, that's the other boss is the one I'm talking about. Work for the church. He's a great boss. He doesn't ride me all the time about getting work done. God, it's my other boss. Should bumper sticker.
Turn you down now.
Oh, it's the left ear Trey always riding right ear Trey's back. That's it. That's it. Right ear Trey's just here trying to have fun, and left ear Trey's over there like, man, get back to work. There's editing we could be doing. Gotta record stuff. Speaking of which, now that my voice is coming back, I gotta record stuff. Can't see that comment, but that's a good comment.
Why can't we see it?
Because the layout's over top of everything. I'm not gonna dox people by suddenly showing their comments or live on stream. That comment just said, loved it.
So, birthday. Man,
yes.
we're all over the place.
You're sleepy. I've got a cold. We're going. Buff Granny's here to back us up though. She'll help if we'll have her.
So yeah, my birthday was kind of just another day. But Trey told me to check Twitter because of all the birthday wishes, and I checked Twitter and Discord. Saw a bunch of birthday wishes. Made me feel good. So thank y'all. And also, I had a ton of notifications on Twitter. And it was like all these times that people, like Trey or somebody else, mentioned me.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. I feel like I've been failing these people not being on Twitter. So, I'm on Twitter now. I tweeted 7 times in the course of like 2 hours.
It was really crazy suddenly seeing you tweet stuff. I was excited.
Yeah, and I keep checking Twitter throughout the day. I'm like, ooh, okay, let's see what's going on with everyone.
Okay.
And then I decided to put a little cap on the go for the gold next week. I'm going for 8.
Well, why do you hate Tokusatsu so much, Zeke?
He wants to play with it.
They're heroes. They want to protect people. Spoilers, I have something new to show off for my gamer driver.
I know, I saw it and I was like, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But, so I decided to cap off the day by watching a movie.
Yeah.
That movie is Ponyo.
Ponyo. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I mean, it definitely is aimed at a younger audience.
It's one of my least favorites.
Yeah, I have a feeling when I get through all the movies that I can get my hands on, I have a feeling it'll be lower, like low, because for anybody who didn't see me on Twitter, every time I watch one, I'm gonna rank it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was enjoyable. I'm glad I watched it. Unfortunately for Chad, it was not my favorite film, my Studio Ghibli film. So, however, it's ranked number 3, behind My Neighbor Totoro, and my new number 1, Porco Rosso.
Yep.
Man. I just realized I didn't even talk about what Ponyo was. I just said, hey.
That's Ponyo. It's fine.
Yeah. Porco Rosso, man, the Pigman pilot, World War One pilot, so good. Has a good story arc, and it's just
Andrew.
Yeah.
When there's the scene of the plane flying over the Adriatic Sea and the music goes do 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 do. That is, oh, I love that shot so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And
Great
it starts off with a bang. He's just laying back, and he's like, "Oh, gotta take care of some pirates." Gets up and takes care of it, so it immediately had my attention.
Yeah, Porco Rosso is great.
It's great all throughout. So seeing that movie is what made me see what makes these movies special more than My Neighbor Totoro.
Sure.
I mean, I like My Neighbor Totoro. It's just, I don't know. This was more my speed.
Yeah.
So I am looking for recommendations for 2 movies to watch next week.
So, of that speed, that style that Porco Rosso has,
Yeah.
you're looking at like the adventure style. You're looking at House Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind are the big 3 that come to mind right away. Tales of Earthsea. Chat, if he had to watch 2 of those, which ones would you pick?
Yeah, and I saw on Twitter I had some recommendations for Howl's Moving Castle. So I am gonna watch Howl's Moving Castle. That one's locked in.
Okay.
For next week. Yes, I've heard terrible things about Earthsea as well.
Earthsea, Tales of Earthsea is not great. It's based on a book, and so like my sound is gone. What? Okay. It's based on a book, and the immediate thing on the book is like way better than the movie. And so when I watched the movie, I already had the book in mind. And so I feel like I was like predisposed already against it. But at the same time, it is a bad adaptation of that book. And I don't think it's a great movie in and of itself. So those 2 things don't go well together. So yeah, Tales of Earthsea.
Well, I've only got 2 recommendations from the same person, Howl's and Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke is really fun.
Yes, I'm watching both of those.
I think the first half of Mononoke is way better than the second half of Mononoke. But I think that's because it kind of swerves, and it's still an enjoyable story for sure. It's just, I feel like it's the one that everybody talks about, and I like that movie a lot. I just don't like the second half anywhere near as much as I like. I think the first half is way more interesting.
Is it better than Porco Rosso?
No, absolutely. Porco Rosso is my favorite. Let's follow it immediately by Whisper of the Heart.
Whisper of the Heart. Well, this is Adventure Week now, okay?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
2 adventures to watch.
I
so.
understand. What if I told you there's an adventure movie called The Cat Returns?
Okay, hold on. Hold on about The Cat Returns.
Okay, all right.
Cat Returns is a movie I saw a Blu-ray of in a Best Buy one time.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, this movie seems awesome.
Yeah.
So I forgot about it. That's why I put up 2 recommendations. 2 recs. Because I forgot that I wanted to watch that. So I will have to wait until next week.
You need to wait anyway because you need to watch The Cat Returns and Whisper of the Heart in the same week.
Really? Okay.
Those 2 movies are connected. In fact, okay. I would say watch Whisper of the Heart first and then watch Cat Returns. Because it makes Cat Returns mean so much more.
Okay.
Another good adventure movie, too. It's not like his big adventure, but 2 more good adventure movies are Castle in the Sky and Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah. Those seem very interesting. I'm surprised no one's wanting to see if they can break me by requesting Grave of the Fireflies.
I would never do that to you, I would never do that to you.
like me, Mister Not Emotional. Come on, let's see what happens.
There is one Ghibli movie I will never watch again, and it's Grave of the Fireflies. And I own it on Blu-ray. I bought it because I think it is a great movie. It is astounding. But I will never watch it again because it physically broke me. Oh, thanks for joining the spectrum there. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Amanda Root, thanks for that gifted sub, man. Alert box of Buff. I will replay that for.
I feel like Grave of the Fireflies has to be my last one, right?
I would hold it off. It's very good, but
I've heard nothing but amazing things about that movie.
Very good.
But it's very sad from what I've also heard. So.
It very much hurts. Oh, Kat, you're gonna watch it the week that Andrew does?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, that's
Who wants
great.
to watch movies with me?
I will not watch that movie again. I'm so sorry. I will not.
To avoid spoilers.
Oh, Andrew, thank you.
Why did you
join the spectrum? Thanks for the gifted sub, man.
I feel like that's a jab at me for not being subbed to our own channel.
Man's probably gifting them at random. It just happened to be to you. Did I ever tell you, not to completely derail, did I ever tell you about the time that I was gifting random subs on the Easy Allies stream and actually gifted one to Daniel Bloodworth?
No, you did not.
It was really funny because immediately, like, Ben Moore was like, Bloodworth, you got a sub!
You gotta sub your own channel, guys. Come on.
Oscar the Valley of the Wind is a very... There's also...
So you can gift random subs?
Yeah, you can just gift out random subs. I gave 5 away during Pat's Flamin' Hot challenge.
Nice.
As an apology because I was talking to myself using multiple accounts. I was using my personal account to have a conversation with the Full Spectrum's account in the middle of the stream.
Why?
Just, that was fun. Yeah, it's Grave of the Fireflies is a great movie. One of those you only. Spirited Away is another really good adventure one. That was real good too.
Let me see how long these are. What did I say I'm watching?
Said you're watching Howls.
Princess Mononoke is 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's longer.
I can't start that one late at night.
No, that one's longer.
Oh, Howl's Moving Castle is 2 hours.
I think that's also partly why I say that. So, like, it and Howl both have the same thing. Of like the first half of the movie is very different from the second half. But Howl's, I think, gets better over the course of that, and Mononoke, I think, gets worse over the course of that. Granted, Mononoke, don't get me wrong, I like Mononoke. It starts so strong that it's just an unfortunate, like, drop. But Howl's gets real, and it starts good.
I now see why you want me to watch Whisper of the Heart before the cat returns.
Did they spoil it?
The cover of the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Did you see the ones that spoil it?
Yeah. I'll still love it, though.
It pays off, though, when Mononoke hears on your left, and the other Ghibli movie starts showing up. Oh, yeah, no, those movies are connected in a really cool way.
But, yeah, I'm loving these movies. So, let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
I love
14, 15,
on your left meme
17,
with the Avengers thing. I love that so much. Every time people use that, it gets me so good.
Man, it's going to take me a lot of weeks to watch them
there's
all.
a lot of them, and there are some that are pretty bad.
Yeah, Tales from Earthsea is the one that I've read a lot of really negative stuff about.
Tales from Earthsea, Only Yesterday, Porco. All three of those I think are actually not great at all. I haven't seen The Wind Rises yet to be able to talk on it. I've heard good things about that. Need to watch it.
From Up on Poppy Hill sucks, though.
No, Up on Poppy Hill's amazing. You take that back. I understand, Kat. I understand. There's another one that I'm forgetting. So you can't see it well, but of my Ghibli collection, Porco Rosso from Up on Poppery Hill and Grave of the Fireflies all have their specialty covers because I got the special editions. Can't see from this far away, and my glasses aren't. I can't see without my glasses.
Also, I'm gonna disappoint some people. I did not watch any more of My Next Life as a Villainess because I was sleeping and catching up on Chainsaw Man.
Oh,
so I will.
Arietti, sorry. Arietti's really good.
I will watch more this week though, because I don't have to read so much Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I'm only like 10 episodes behind. I mean, 9 episodes behind.
There are a lot more of them, Kat, that I don't know ever got like a release over here. That I say a lot more. There's like 5 more, I think, because only yesterday is one. Wind Rises. There's the Princess Kaguya movie, and then there's like 2 more that I can't think of the names of right now. But like a bunch of them didn't get releases at all. Grave of the Fire. Yeah, we can stop now. I was trying to think of Arietti. That was the one. Arietti was.
Oh, you're fine.
I know you were trying to move on.
You're fine. Yeah, I'll actually will watch some My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom this week. And then there's something I wanted to talk about that I didn't put on my on the docket. I can't remember what it is now. But a guy at work, his future son-in-law bought some hot sauces.
Okay.
That from the like the ones that the YouTube channel Hot Ones uses.
All right.
The one that he brought to work that he had already tried. He tried it and he was like ranting and raving about it was so hot and he had to use like ice chips to try and cool it down, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's 135,000 Scoville units, where a jalapeno is anywhere from 2,500 to 8,000 at the hottest.
Yeah.
But so it's like 10 times hotter than it's like more than 10 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Oh.
Exactly, banned. So I just said I gotta put a little bit on a cracker where I work. I put a little on a cracker and chew it up. I mean, it was hot. At one point, it felt like I was biting my tongue, even though I wasn't. Like that pain of like biting your tongue hard. But I didn't start sweating. My eyes watered a little bit. I was fine. And then I tried getting other people to do it. He was like, "Look, man, look, I didn't use any ice or milk or sugar. I didn't use anything. Look, it's not a big deal." And Jason, the guy who brought the hot sauce, was like, "No. You are the wrong person to gauge hotness because you eat Buffalo Wild Wings blazing sauce like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
You're the wrong person to judge, to like listen to." So, and then, yes, the last dab. I'm scared of the last dab. Jason's son-in-law, future son-in-law, purchased the last dab. It has not come in yet. But Jason said at work today, when it comes in, me and him will try it together. For comparison, The bomb is 135,000 Scoville units. The last dab, which you're only supposed to use a dab of, is 2 million Scoville units. So it's very hot.
Yeah.
Pat wants to try it.
I'm sorry, I have nothing on hot sauce, but I try not to.
What if I talk about Sweet Baby Ray's, our sponsor for
Sweet Baby Ray's is good. Yeah, it's something that like I know I know most hot sauces don't have jalapenos in them, but just to be safe, I normally don't try hot sauce.
Yeah. Well, hey Trey, at some point, it's just what is it? I forget what it's called, but it's just like
or whatever.
Yeah. At some point, they just say, "Screw the peppers. We're just extracting the heat,
shoot it directly into your veins."
Also, I found out that pepper spray is 2 million Scoville units. So if I can do the last dab, if I get pepper sprayed, I just have to open my mouth.
Oh. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works at all. Yeah. Oh, nope. So, specialty superhero from One Punch Man. That's what he's trying, yeah.
I'm trying to make something special about myself.
My special power is that I can eat pepper spray. Oh, yeah, no. Do not try that, people. Not try
No,
this
that's not recommended at all. If you do it, it's on you, not me.
Useful right now. Oh, man.
But that's my week. It took a while to get there.
Okay.
That's the end of my week.
Well, before we get into my week then, we'll, of course, ask our guest. Buff Granny, how's your week been?
I can bench 450 pounds now. That's two of my great-grandsons.
That's great, Buff Granny. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks again for joining us today. I'm going to go into my week now, but if you have any thoughts, please don't hesitate to jump in.
Send you some of my sweet homemade cookies.
Oh, that'd be great, Buff Granny. I actually still can't go shopping in stores for safety, health, so that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Why would you think it came out of Trey's mouth when it's Buff Granny talking?
Yeah, come on, guys. So my
week... hold on. I forgot to say this because Pat was not here. Power is best girl. That is all.
Hey, looks like a fight's about to go off in chat. I'll have thoughts next week on Chainsaw Man with who best girl is. I have thoughts. So, well, 5 rounds for waifu. So while chat eats itself in frustration about waifus, I have still been playing FF14, of course. FF14, real good. Like it a lot, as always. There was something I put it on here for a reason. There was something I was gonna talk about with it, and I can't remember what it is.
Yep, I know that feeling.
Oh well.
Literally.
FF14 is great. Join us on FC that I'm a part of. New live letter that's coming up, yeah.
Trey, do we have a PO box?
So in the past, which was a stupid mistake, I gave out my address for people to mail things, and some people did. It was really cool. We got some cool stuff in the mail. I will at some point open up a PO box instead of using my own address. So yeah, that's why it's not on the stream anymore. And the episodes of the podcast that it was on have been edited to have my address not on them anymore. Because after the second thing came, I realized I didn't think we had people that would send us things. I should not have done this.
No, you shouldn't have.
So, yeah, that's why my address is not publicly available anymore. No, actually, they sent me a Gunpla, and then they sent me a, it's not like this. This is from the store. They sent me a little tokusatsu thing. People sent me cool stuff, but they sent me a gun. No, I ordered a gun. There's a difference. Yeah, people sent me some cool stuff, but man, I know I was gonna talk about something important before, but I guess it's fine. Check us out on Owl or Black Howling. Almug FC. Banned, by the way. If you're talking about getting onto 14, I think Balmung's still open. Balmung. I've been watching LuPatranger. LuPatranger's really good.
What's that?
It is a. I think there was something else that I wanted to talk about, man. Regardless, LuPatranger is the words. It's the I'm still sick, trying to get my thoughts clear. I don't know if you can tell how giggly I've been tonight. It is the two different teams of Rangers that are both fighting against bad guys for different reasons. So you have like the Cop Rangers that are trying to protect people, and you've bought a flame. And you have the Thief Rangers, the Lupin Rangers, that are trying to steal the Lupin collection piece the bad guys have. The bad guys are a gang of monsters, which are really cool, led by Don Congranio. And so, like, it's the two teams having to fight together and against each other, depending on the circumstances, to try and get the, thank you for the follow, man. To try and stop the bad guys or get the collection pieces back, you know. Really puts me so pro. There are 3 on each team, yes. So you have Patron Red, Patron Green, and Patron Pink. Those are the 3 Cop Rangers. Patron Rangers. And then you have Lupin Red, Lupin Blue, and Lupin Yellow. 3 Lupin Rangers. And it's really cool because they don't each have a mech. I'll say this. I don't want to spoil too much. I'd be interested in watching it. But they don't each have a mech. They each have mech parts. And then there's this one rogue guy who... Thank you for subscribing, Endo. There is this one rogue guy called... Good Striker. That's his name. Good Striker! And he will work for whichever team, depending on who he feels like is going to be able to put up a good fight that week, that episode. And so there are moments where, like, the thieves are like, oh yeah, here we go, it's time to fight the bad guy. He's turned giant, it's time to get our mech together and fight him. And Good Striker just flies right past them to the cops and goes, I've got a good feeling about you this week. And then the cops will grab him and they'll get their mech, and the thieves are just there like, oh, I guess, alright. And so, yeah, it's really fun. But I like the dynamic of the two teams coming together. I will say the villains are really weak compared to previous Sentai series. The villains are pretty weak. However, the characters together are really good. And I love the way that they have to balance off of each other. And, you know, like, obviously the Patron Rangers don't approve of what the Lupin Rangers are doing, but sometimes they need help. And obviously the Lupin Rangers don't want to get arrested, but sometimes they need help. And so, like, the dynamic they have is really interesting. I like it a lot. So it goes really good. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Definitive Edition?
Definitive Edition.
Yeah. That game's really good. I'm in this weird place where I want to play new games, but almost all the new games I have are remastered old games.
Yeah.
I have FF7 Remake, trying to finish cleaning up all the side stuff I missed in there. I didn't miss much, but there's a little bit still. My third playthrough now. Wonderful 101 Remastered, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition, and Persona 5 Royal. So I'm just going back to all these games that I've beaten before, trying to get all the new stuff. But Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is still a really great game. I love that game a lot. And the up-res of the graphics is... Chulk's visions are so good now. They look great. And the remixed music is so good. Yeah, I've been trying to balance between playing that, and then, of course, I still got to beat Neo 2. So I have all of that list, and trying to beat Neo 2 and Sakura Wars still. So, you know, a lot I got to beat. But in the middle of all this, I had a weird thought.
Yeah?
And it's pretty stupid, but I had to test it. So, the thought that I had was, what if somebody said... Understand. What if somebody said, hey, Trey, you have to beat this game. Can't grind. Can't play around. Pick one game. You have to do your best to beat it, and if you lose, you die. I don't know why I had this thought. Blame it on the cold. But I was like, give it a go. And so the game that I chose was Pokemon Red. Because I honestly thought that I could beat Pokemon Red super easily. I started with Bulbasaur. And I had a really dumb idea, but I had to do it. Yep, that's me. I started with Bulbasaur. I didn't catch any more Pokemon until I got a Nidoran. I got a Nidoran male. I breezed through no wild battles unless, like, I can't purposefully grind, and I can't purposefully look for trainers. It's just people that I find on the path as I go. And Pokemon that I find on the path as I go. Obviously, Bulbasaur and Nidoking, because I evolved him immediately, got very powerful very quickly because they were the only ones that were... In fact, for the first 3/4 of it, I thought it was going to be cake. I hadn't lost any Pokemon. Nobody had fainted because I had a level 34 Venusaur and a level 35 Nidoking by Gym 4. However, I did not consider the sheer level up that Pokemon Red and Blue gives to gym leaders. And so by the time I got to Koga, it got close. I almost lost to Koga. So Nidoking actually trashed Erica really easily because I gave him Thrash, and Thrash just wrecked him. They didn't have enough damage to stop him, and so he just cleared through. Venusaur was kind of worthless. Thrash just... So I got to Koga, and at that point I had a Rhyhorn, and that Rhyhorn saved my life. Absolutely saved my life. So then I caught the... I bought the Magikarp early on and dropped it in... I did make one detour. I dropped it in the daycare on the way down to Vermilion City. And so then on my way back up to go to Rock Tunnel, I pulled it out. And then I was able to evolve it into a Gyarados. And so then I had 4 Pokemon when I got the Rhyhorn. And so then I went and caught Articuno with the Master Ball. And so then I had 5 Pokemon. And I was going great. Everything great. Cleared through Blaine, no problem. Surfed on that Gyarados and got through it no problem at all. Got to Giovanni, and Giovanni was nothing because I had a Venusaur that was level 40 and I had a Gyarados. Giovanni was super easy. Made it all the way through Victory Road, no problem at all. Got to the Elite Four. By the time I got to the Elite Four, my team was like level 40s and like high level 30s. You know what Lorelei's Pokemon are?
7.
Level 50 right off the bat. Yeah, I was in trouble. I had not thought far enough ahead. I'd given Nidoking Fire Blast. And I had Venusaur for her water types. I beat Erica. I beat Lorelei. Was able to defeat Lorelei. I had already bought a bunch of revives and a bunch of potions. So I revived everybody up, went to the... I beat Bruno, pretty easily because of Articuno. Articuno was level 50 and beast. Could not beat Agatha. Literally died on Agatha. It was the first time I had whited out or blacked out, I guess. I was like, nope, that proves that I couldn't do it with that team. I'll need to re-strategize. But I want to re-strategize and try it again. Because, like, I got through 2 of them. I think I could do 3. I think Articuno would probably clear through Lance as well, but I'd have to pick up an Ether at some point or buy an Elixir. If I don't remember if you can buy Elixirs in Pokemon. However, I think Gary would be a problem. That would be a really fun stream. Like a one-off, hey, let's go. See if we can do it. I don't know that I could beat. Because consistently, his Charizard got more and more powerful. Like, no problem early on, right? But Charizard hurts. And his Flamethrower one-hit KO'd my Rhydon when I fought him going into victory. And so then my Gyarados had to come out, and he whooped Gyarados pretty bad, too, before Gyarados finished. Oh, I forgot. I also picked up the Snorlax. I kind of want to try and do it on Fire Red or Leaf Green, because then I can't use the AI as well, because the AI is broken. But also I couldn't beat it. I don't know why I'm trying to make it harder. But yeah, just a random idea that I had, because I guess Cold Brain was like, do it. And it was actually really fun to do, just to go, what if I like planned out my entire path and then tried to follow? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just said that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I will say, again, not being able to grind and not being able to lose made it really tough once I got past Gym 4. I can beat Fire Red. I'll be one step closer to being King of the Pot. But it's one of the reasons I wanted to make sure that I told Pat, and I'll just tell him later since he had to go. Bulbasaur is objectively the best starter. Because Squirtle wouldn't have given me that advantage. Charmander absolutely could not have given me that advantage. It's physically, I don't think, possible with Charmander without grinding a little bit. And so, objectively, Bulbasaur is the best for my...
Yeah, for your challenge run. But yeah, really, Bulbasaur is not the best.
I'm not saying tweet at Pat and tell him that I said Bulbasaur was objectively the best. I'm just saying if you do. Well, that's the thing. Once you get past the first 2 gyms, it's not really Bulbasaur or Ivysaur that you're using anymore. Then it's Nidoking. Because by that point, your Nidoking is wrecking shop. Now, if you don't catch a Nidoran on the way, that's going to be tough. But...
Bless you.
My apologies. But yeah, Nidoking destroys that game. Thrash is so powerful. Base 70 power right off the bat, basically. I think he gets it at like 20. It's insane. So, for sure, Charmander would be. So, the last thing for my week is that I'll show off the Toku stuff that I got in here. Just one thing this week. I have to turn off the noise gate on the mic. Turn off the noise gate so you'll hear the air conditioner and everything. But it's the dual gear from Xaid. I have not played it yet. I will talk about that in a second. I'm not allowed to talk about the game itself, but I also haven't played it yet. So that I wouldn't be tempted to before I could talk about it. But I'll talk about that next week for sure. But I'll mention it again in a second. So this is the dual gear Gashot. And so basically you can go bang bang simulations. It's very quiet. I'm sorry, chat. Which, like, that's cool, right? Bang bang simulations. I'm ready for Battleship. That's really cool. If
That
you
is
flip it the other way, let's going King of Fantasy. And then you open it up. Which is, you know, that's the best. So, just in case you couldn't hear it, it says Taduru Meguru RPG Taduru Fantasy, which is very cool. And that's, you know, I will walk around the house in the upcoming weeks and just do that while doing other things. See, don't knock it over this time, buddy. Let me turn back on the noise gate. So yeah, I got sent a copy of a game. I got sent code for a game. Evans Remains, which is one of the games that I played the demo of during the big Steam Games Festival. I cannot talk about the game, but that's why I didn't boot it yet, so that I would not be tempted to. I'll record some stuff tomorrow on it, and then I'll talk about it next week on the podcast. Embargo's not up until the 11th, but I don't think I'll have time to beat it until then, unless it's pretty short. I'll find out. But I liked it a lot. The demo. All right. Well, from there, Andrew, I appreciate you. I know that you're hanging with us.
I'm here. I've been talking.
Next up, we have reviews. Now I just want to play with that cool guy shot again. Okay. So, Valorant. The game that I think Pat's the only one that's played it.
Yep. Well,
yeah. This is Riot's Overwatch. Is maybe the most reductive way to say it, but that's also like what it is. Overwatch CS:GO.
Yeah, CS:GO.
So, Andrew, what do you think the score is right now? Open critic.
82.
Okay. Chat, I'm pushing the button. And we could go. 81.
Ooh.
Very close. Very close. Everybody was in that ballpark, too. What do you think the recommended score is?
Let's see.
4. Still thinks it's 80.
I am going to say
yes. How many people that reviewed it would recommend it and what they would recommend it?
that's what we think it means.
That's what they say it means. They've proven themselves wrong a couple times.
I'm going to say 88%.
Okay, all right, I'm pushing the button. Open critic. Metacritic, they're biased and take money. They might not actually take. Then we could go. It's an 87.
Hey.
So my little mini fridge, this is just a side thing. My little mini fridge, the can holders in front of it have started to have this reddish color to them because I only put Dr. Peppers in there. And I guess just over time, the Dr. Pepper's rubbing against has left that on there. Mario and Zelda. That's fair. Speaking of that, remind me of plugs of Mario and Zelda. I got something. So, reviews. Not that many, honestly. I don't know if maybe more outlets just wanted time with it. Sounds good, Will. Have a good meal. Or if more outlets just didn't feel like playing it. But, come on, Open Critic. Open Critic. Open Critic.
It's working for me.
You got the reviews up? Can you see them?
Yeah.
And since it's starting to be a bugbear with me.
Well, I don't know who the. Okay, hold on.
I normally read the top one, bottom one, and then if I see one of our favorites. Oh, Pat, you missed it. I was talking about how good Bulbasaur is.
Okay. So, number one, PC Gamer, 90 out of 100, because of course it's a 100-point scale.
Yeah.
With intense gunplay and transformative agent abilities, Valorant is an exceptional FPS that everyone should try.
Ow.
I may try it at some point. And IGN also gave it a 9 out of 10. Valorant is a clever tactical hero shooter that's plenty deep and a lot of fun to master.
Yeah.
Let's scroll down a little bit.
Sorry, one of our news articles is on Reddit, and Reddit is apparently down right now.
No.
That's what I'm getting on both Firefox and Chrome on my end.
I'm in Reddit right now.
Yeah. Guess my computer's acting up. Tells me Reddit's IP can't be reached.
That's weird. I'm on it right now.
I guess so. Maybe my internet's acting weird too. But the podcast is going, so I'm not going to try and change anything. Maybe I can pull it up on my phone. I go to the Reddit ban list. I would. Hey, I just got the notification that we're live.
Nice.
Thanks, you too.
My mom was upset that she's not getting notifications anymore.
You tell her YouTube?
Yes, I told her YouTube sucks. But that's just how it is. Why can I not grab it? There we go.
It seems like people like Valorant.
Yeah, 7 GameSpot. Valorant hooks you match after match with tight tactical gameplay, albeit in rather bare bones fashion. I'm trying to find something that's like it's a bad snippet.
That
The lowest score is a 7 out of 10.
Pat, I wish I could tell you what the score was, buddy, but OpenCritic won't open for me either.
The score for Valorant is an 81.
Oh, OpenCritic's working again for me.
There you go.
Try, is Reddit gonna work for me? Man, what is going on with my... You read the lowest one?
Lowest one, 7 out of 10. From Bazimag. Yeah. Valorant is a fun and exciting tactical shooter, but for the time being, it feels incomplete. And though it has some great moments, and it can easily keep you playing past your first few matches, the overall presentation of the game is less compelling compared to other hero shooters.
All right, then.
Yeah, I mean, they're all saying the same thing, basically. I mean, it's fun, I guess. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about the snippets.
Yeah. Keep doing it. Yeah, it's not my kind of game, but I'm glad that people like it.
Did they ever fix the anti-cheat? I don't remember.
I don't know, and I couldn't find any of these reviews earlier that looking back through them. It is technical. Yeah, not a single one of these blurbs mentions it.
Huh.
Pat says they did not.
Oh, then I'm not going to try it. Never mind.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
well.
Touching that.
Hopefully by the time we get to our final news segment, it'll pull up, because it's not even pulling up on my phone. Got it. So. Hey!
Well, hold on here. Nope, came up for me.
Okay, so Andrew may have to read off the stuff. We'll see.
We don't want that.
We'll move on then to the next topic. See if I can pull it up in browser. Why technology is not wanting to work. Like, I just punched the link in. Take me to the thing I'm asking about. This is just a fun little thing. We don't have to actually talk about it. It's just a thing that came through on the meme section of our Discord. By the way, anybody that's not in Discord, but is backing us on Patreon, like to be in the Discord, shoot me a message on Patreon and I'll link to the, or on Twitter and I'll
come join us. We post memes and cute animals. What more could you want?
It's the only thing, I guess, that and our polls that we never do. The only thing that we keep locked to the Patreon. You know, hey, saying. There is another Discord that we use that is not locked. It's the Gundam Game Day Discord. That one's fun. Anyway, this was a little fun thing. El Chompo! I just wanted a chance to talk about El Chompo again.
What is El Chompo?
El Chompo was the little gator that was not letting police into a drug house.
Nice.
So, little cute gator that was just guarding the door and not letting people in. El Chompo. It's such a good name.
Chompo.
It's such a good name. Oh, yeah. Chompo's great. From there, from the fun to the not so fun, let's talk about Take-Two and Kerbal Space Program 2. So far this podcast, we've had an hour and a half of just kicking back, having fun, dealing with technical issues, trying to have a good time despite all these problems. Now we got some serious stuff to talk about. So.
Hold on. I continue talking. I will still be able to hear you. And I just have to go do something real quick.
Yeah, no worries. So, chat, and Andrew who can hear me, and Buff Granny. Kerbal Space Program 2, the sequel to Kerbal Space Program, a very popular PC game. A lot of people like it. A lot of people love it. A lot of different sites have done huge coverage of the game. There's space YouTubers that have spent a lot of time talking about this game and how much they enjoy it and the physics. And it's one of those games that people love. What if I told you that the publisher didn't love it, or maybe loved it too much? Take-Two was publishing Kerbal Space Program 2 and decided they wanted it. And when the devs said no, they didn't want to sell it, Take-Two said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to sell it, but we're going to cancel our contract with you. We own the rights to the IP because of a loophole, and we're going to hire your staff out from under you, and we're going to keep making your game that you don't want to sell us. And that's what happened. They did. 3/4 of the staff got hired by Take-Two, and they are now continuing to make Kerbal Space Program 2 without the head development team. The heads of the development team, I guess you should say. They have a lot of the development team. expect that game to get delayed. Probably a lot. So, yeah. I can't remember what the Kerbal Space Program 2 called. Let me see if I can pull it up. I meant to write it down and I didn't. Intercept? That, I think you're right. Yeah, that's what they called it. They're in-game devs. Star Theory was the name of the original team, and Intercept is what they have called themselves inside Take-Two. So it's one of those situations where, first off, I'm obviously not in game development. First off, never, ever sign a deal with a publisher that gives them any rights to the IP itself. Give them rights to distribute the IP, sure, that's their job as the publisher. Never where they can get the IP themselves. Always have a lawyer look over that stuff. Because that's what some publishers do, is to take your game from you and make it themselves to get some extra money, which is not okay. But that's Take-Two. That's you know, they haven't been the what's the right word here? Bastions of morality for a long time. You know? Yeah, big corporations always trust those guys, right? Always. Yeah, it's a huge shame because that game was a labor of love from the start, right? And yeah, it absolutely would have sold really well, and it will still sell well because people won't know. Take-Two will, because of the delay that's caused by this, it'll be pushed back far enough, people will forget by the time it comes out, and it will do well because it's very unique, right? But it's scummy. Scummy. And anybody that blacklists the game and says they're not going to buy it now, I fully understand that. The only thing I will say is, let me blow my nose real quick. So sorry, everybody. Normally, I wait for someone else talking so that I can do Buff Granny, cover for me.
Oh, yes. My muscles are so big.
Thank you, Buff Granny. The scummiest thing about it is that most of the dev team, they're not to blame for this. Like, yeah, sure, they took the new job, right? Sure, they took that new job and they got paid for it, you know? But what other choice did they have? Then obviously everybody knew what in the studio what Take-Two was doing, you know? I look at that and I go, I cannot blame the development team that left to join Intercept for keeping a job, you know? It's not great, but at the same time, they needed a job and they were going to be out one if they didn't take it. So, you know, what do you do?
Yeah.
Also, I agree with Kat, the fact that people will boycott all of Nintendo because there's not the right number of Pokemon in the game, but are completely silent about issues like this. Yeah. Yeah, you got to take care of your family. It's the way it is. And so people that boycott the game now, that's affecting the sales and affecting the bonuses for the people that just needed to have a job, you know?
Yeah. It's just overall just a crappy situation. No one wins except for Take-Two.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
100%.
yeah, Take-Two.
Oh, that's not great, Jen. Not great. Yeah, no, it's a mess. And like you said, the only winners are the people that did it.
The big corporation, as is the norm in America.
And again, there should be a bunch of laws that keep that from happening. We made those laws. We just didn't make sure they were airtight, and we don't enforce them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not great. Moving on from there. Unless you had any more thoughts on that.
No.
The Sony PS5 reveal has been moved to Thursday.
Yeah. Protests only matter in the first week to Sony.
Yeah. Like, the worst part is, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a bunch of companies. I will be out of pocket for most of Thursday. My mother, I think I've talked about this before. My mother's lupus. She has to go twice every month to go and have an infusion to be able to fight it off. She has not gone because of the pandemic, and they've been shipping her stuff. So for the last 2.5 months, she has not gone to her appointments. She has to go Thursday so they can check up on her and see how everything's going. She has to be there early. I don't know when I'll be back Thursday. But I will stay off Twitter Thursday so that I don't get spoiled on the stuff that's shown. Then I'll react to it as soon as I get home. You know. Andrew, I do have to ask, not to underplay the 1 week off of protest, because I agree with you 100%. I'm glad at least we got a week from Sony, but I agree. What are you expecting PS5 review? Talking about games, they're talking about controllers, they're talking about stuff. What do you expect?
Some things that I am excited for that I've heard of rumors are Demon Souls Remastered and Bloodborne on PS5.
I've heard that and Bloodborne PC.
If Bloodborne comes to PC, man.
There's also a rumor going around right now that we'll see Persona 4 Golden get a up-res version for PS5.
Yeah, what if they shadow drop Bloodborne PC?
Be pretty nuts.
They won't, but
Scintillating ear. Audience hot and bothered. She'll be fine, band. It's a normal checkup. It's just she hasn't had one in so long. Gotta go back. My mom's tough. She dealt with me for all. Pretty tough. But chat, what are you expecting out of the PS5 event? I'll save mine for last. I'll also ask Buff Granny. I'm sorry, Buff Granny, what are you expecting?
Video games are too violent nowadays. Give me Ridge Racer.
New Ridge Racer would be pretty hype, Buff Granny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just imagining that Thursday I come back home. I've stayed off Twitter all day. I'm completely clean. I sit down at the desk. I boot up the video. The first thing that comes through is Ridge Racer, and I yell out on the recording, Buff Granny was right!
Buff Granny, man.
Rectangular specific. I am expecting another Ratchet and Clank game. That'd be cool.
Oh, another Ratchet and Clank.
I am expecting nothing is maybe the way to put it. I'm expecting like 3 games announced and the controller, and we get to see the console, and that's it. I'm expecting it to be very underwhelming.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper would be cool. I think we're getting up-res PS4 games announced, like Game of the Year editions. And then that's going to be it. I am underselling it as much as I can so that I can be excited if I'm wrong. Because if there's one thing that I have been taught from the Ghost of Tsushima State of Play, Last of Us 2 State of Play, and the gameplay reveals from Microsoft, it's to keep expectations low. Because these companies don't know what to show to make people excited.
No. Now, what if they do Knack 3?
For the meme alone, I would get super hyped.
Yeah, what if that was like their final reveal? Like how the stupid Fast and Furious game was the final announcement at the Game Awards. It zooms out, so you hear this beautiful music. And then it zooms in, Knack 3, baby.
I mean, I'm just saying, if they show off Knack, I will unironically get excited.
I will too. I'll be like, yeah, they understand us.
Yeah, they know.
They understand the meme.
The only thing they could do that would, like, really just, like, blow me away would be if they went, hey, Nier Automata 2, Nier Replicant Remastered, Drakengard 1, 2, and 3 with fixed frame rate, all in one collection coming to the PC. Then I'd die. My chair would fall back.
That won't happen.
I know. That's why I'm keeping my expectations. It would be really funny if Sony brought the Vita back. I would be legitimately angry. Later, will. But it would be
Vita
really
too.
funny if they brought the Vita back and it like docked into the PS5.
Oh,
Like the
dude, that'd be
Switch.
awesome.
Oh man.
What
Vita
if
X.
what if they hear like
Oh.
you hear like oh my god, was it David Hayter?
Yeah.
He says something along the lines of like, you thought I was dead. And then it zooms out and it's Vita 2.
Vita means life.
Vita means life. And a
Life.
new exclusive Metal Gear
2.
Solid game.
Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops 2.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's a way you could get me. Bring Metal Gear back. People saying Silent Hill's coming back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I want you to listen to me. For the first time ever. It's not coming back. Silent Hills, I'm so sorry. Do not let the idea of Pyramid Head being, I'm not even looking at the chat. Do not let the idea of Pyramid Head being in Dead by Daylight make you think it's coming back, because it's not. I'm so sorry. I wish it was too. It's not. Do not get your hopes up, because it's not.
There's been a lot of rumors.
And if it does happen, I'll do some kind of penalty challenge on the next podcast. But it's not happening. Not coming back. I'm so sorry. I want it to, but it won't.
Also, a lot of rumors coming out about Resident Evil 8.
I think that,
So maybe
that's possible.
maybe they show that off.
That's possible. All right. Any other thoughts on that before we move on? Full playthrough as punishment.
Nah. I am excited for it. Even with everything going on in the world.
Yeah. Be nice to have some good news, even if it's not near as important as the other news. PC Gaming Show is coming up Saturday. This is the week that would have been E3. So this is the punishments that run through Pokemon Red. Only Bulbasaur can't evolve it. PC Gaming Show Saturday we'll get. I still have this one up. This one was able to load. Oh, never mind. No, it didn't. Oh, it's back. Okay. 50 plus games, exclusive interviews, and more surprises, including a first look at Surgeon Simulator 2, which I thought we got a first look for last year, but okay. There'll be a bunch of different teams there. We'll be seeing some crazy stuff Saturday there. I will, of course, do my best to record that stuff. See what's going on Saturday. I'm not sure yet, but I will do my best to record reactions to all that. They let Dean Takahashi show off the new Pong remaster. Oh no. Don't do that. No. No. Good news is,
yeah, what if they did Pong like they did Tetris Effect?
Could be cool. I don't think it would work as well, but it could be cool.
Work at all, yeah.
So after that we have there's too many features. I hate to just rag on the guy, but like, I stand by what I said with the Cuphead footage and with the Doom footage. Regardless of how he played it, the person that edited that should not have let that go up. The person that edited that should have gone, look, we cannot do this. We will be crucified on the internet. We cannot do this. And somebody went, oh, no, it's fine. Put it up anyway. It's Dean.
You know how Dean is. Doesn't know what a video game is.
For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, clip it, ship it. Look up Dean Takahashi on YouTube. And you'll find it. You'll find clips of him playing Modern Warfare. You'll find clips of him playing Cuphead. You'll find clips of him playing Doom. Yeah, friends don't let friends meme themselves. 100%. I don't have to attack the man, and I'm not going to. His own footage speaks for itself. You know what I will attack, though? This weird decision from Destiny 2.
What's that?
I think we could be on this for a hot minute, Andrew. Destiny 2 has got some new stuff coming, including a new element, stasis, which is ice, and some new locales, new raids, more stuff coming to Destiny 2. They specifically said they don't want to make it Destiny 3. They want to continue with Destiny 2 and make it better. So, if I asked you to tell me what would make Destiny 2 better, what would you recommend?
3 new expansions. Cross compatibility between current gen and next gen consoles.
Yep. Good choice.
I don't know what else.
Maybe to stop sunsetting weapons so that weapons don't just stop being good. Make it easier to get into. The big one that I thought of is add some kind of guide into the game for new players.
That's true, yeah.
So that when they join in, they don't have to worry about all of the 18 planets and locales and not knowing where to go and what to start on first, because the game does not tell you what to do. It just kind of throws you in. What if I told you their response was, Destiny 2 is too large to efficiently update and maintain. The size... Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, but y'all have been updating it, so...
The size and complexity of the game are also contributing to more bugs and less innovation. Instead of building a Destiny 3 and leaving Destiny 2 behind, each year we are going to cycle older, less actively played content out of the game into what we're calling the Destiny Content Vault.
That's an interesting choice. Interesting is definitely the word I would use.
So, I want to try and defend this using the arguments that I've seen online today. Nobody plays that content anymore. It makes up 1% or less of what people are playing. So why does it need to take up space in the game and bloat the world map? The install's too big. Sunsetting content like this will make the install smaller. Except it won't, because they're adding new content.
Yeah, I would say, will it though? Will it really?
Won't affect it at all. I mean, I guess it won't make it bigger. So, chat, does anybody else, Andrew, do you have a better defense of that? Because that's all I've seen. Oh, I forgot. They're a small team. They're a small team, and they don't have a lot of money. So they need to make decisions like this so the game can continue. I want to clarify, the Bungie team didn't make any of these arguments. These are the arguments that I've seen people make.
Yeah. I just don't know, man. I would love to, get into the nitty-gritty of why, really, do they want this content vault, because I just don't see the purpose. Why lock out old stuff?
Oh, I immediately see why you do it. So you don't have to fix bugs in that content because it's not available anymore. You don't have to balance weapons that are only available in that content because people can't get them anymore.
Yeah.
And then next year, you can re-release it as if it was new content without having to change anything.
But like, what kind of content are they talking about? Because
You want me to read the list?
you still have to play through the story stuff, don't you?
So let me read through the list for you.
Yeah, give me the nitty gritty.
This will allow us to add to and support Destiny 2 for years, including the 3 new annual expansions we've announced today, starting with Beyond Light this fall. The Destiny Content Vault will include all content from Destiny 1 and anything that cycles out from Destiny 2. We will bring back our Unvault activity and destination content from the Destiny Content Vault every year. Unvaulting starts in Destiny 2 Year 4 with the Cosmodrome coming back, as well as its 3 strikes and the return of the Vault of Glass raid. The primary Destiny 2 content leaving the game and going into the Content Vault this fall are the destinations Mars, Io, Titan, Mercury, and Leviathan, and their supported activities.
Wait, hold on. All those are
5 planets!
Oh, they better be adding in 5 planets.
5 planets and all of the Destiny 1 content.
Yeah, they better add 5 planets if they're taking out 5.
So my question is,
I already feel like there aren't enough planets. So
right. My question is, how can you do this when people bought that stuff? Like, yeah, you give it away free now, but I bought Warmind.
Yeah.
I won't be able to do Warmind even though I paid for it. And the excuse of, well,
you just have to wait. You just have to wait a year for them to release it.
The excuse of, well, if you cared, you would have already done it. Or you would do it now while you still have time. I shouldn't have to change my schedule because I paid for this content. You shouldn't ever take it away from me.
Yeah.
There should never be a situation where you go, oops, no. And like the argument of, well, it's an MMO. Okay, well, let's look at MMOs, right? Let's look at MMOs. What are the 4 biggest MMOs on the market right now? World of Warcraft.
WoW 14. I don't know, man.
Guild Wars 2 and Elder Scrolls Online. Those are the 4, right? Have any of those locked away content? WoW did. WoW absolutely did when Cataclysm came out. And what happened there?
Yeah, it failed.
People got extremely angry. And to the point where they had to add Alexstrasza as an option to be able to go back to those zones pre-Cataclysm so people could do the quests they wanted to do there. Has 14 gotten away content? 1.0 content is gone. 1.0 content you cannot do. Are people mad about that? No. Every other bit of content, still available. Guild Wars 2, have they gotten rid of content?
Not to my knowledge.
Nope. Elder Scrolls Online, have they gotten rid of content?
Nope.
And you say, but Trey, what about when they change classes in games and the classes play differently? Oh, I agree. There's definitely an argument to be made there where that's not great. That's one of the problems of games live as a service. But don't take content away. I agree with Joel. If they added a rotation system, like where you can go on some days and not on some days, that'd be fine. But like, gone for a year? It's just insane.
And they have to be adding in new plan. I mean, I that just blows my mind. I'm still stuck on that part.
Yeah, that's true. WoW did that with store mounts as well. Absolutely. And like, yeah, all live service games have events for like holiday events, and those go away, but they come back. It's just like, man, to take that much content away, so weird. Yeah, the vault thing is so strange. I just don't get it. But Trey, here we go. What you got, Joel? Having the content constantly change makes it inexpensive. I saw that argument too. I wasn't going to use that defense because I think that defense is hot garbage. But like, people were like, oh no, this is good for the game because nobody runs that stuff anyway. It doesn't matter if you don't run it. Somebody else might want to.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that I like to go do I forget what they're called, but there are activities where I go do them because they're fun, not necessarily because I want to complete the content and get like a special item.
Yeah, and like Kat says, if you paid for it, you should own it. Just because you give it away for free now doesn't mean people did not pay for it. If you're not going to refund me the money that I spent for it, don't take it away. That's ridiculous. Oh, I hate it because, like, I've been thinking about getting back into Destiny 2 again, and I watched the stuff and saw the, like, new subclass, and it's going to have a skill tree that you can choose different traits from, and it looks really cool. But I will not play that game if I can't do all the content I want to do. If they will artificially vault stuff off from me and block it off for no reason, why would I play that?
So what if, let's say this year, this expansion this year, what if it's huge? Because like Shadowkeep wasn't huge.
Yeah.
At all. What if it's huge and they take out 5 planets and take out all these activities and stuff, but they add 5 new planets with brand new, like if they treated it as a relaunch.
Sure. Do you give me a brand new executable that's not called Destiny 2 and relaunch it? Like FF14 2.0?
Beyond Light.
I would feel a lot better about it, but only if I could still do the stuff. I could play FF14 1.0 right now if I wanted to. That is an option that I have. There are servers still on where I can play. But, like, would it be better if they were monthly instead of yearly? That would be better to me, but it still wouldn't be great. I do think Machete Eddie has a good suggestion here. Have a system where you can download sections of a game. Where, like, I want that content. Let me keep it. I can run it by myself if I have to. One of the places they're getting rid of, IO, that's where my quest is right now that I'm doing stuff on. So I better get it done before... I didn't even reinstall the game when I... I better get it done before it's end of the year, before fall, or I won't be able to go there anymore. Also, that planet looks really cool.
Nope, not cool enough, Trey.
Apparently not.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like they have to do that was my whole thing is you have to play through the story stuff. So you have to go to these planets unless this expansion does a cataclysm type thing and treats it as a reboot.
Yeah. Yeah, blow that planet up. If I can't go there anymore, blow it up. Don't just go, you can't go there right now.
Yeah. It's hidden. The planet's hidden right now.
Yeah. It's all the star charts to get there have been deleted from the archives, Jedi Master Obi-Wan.
Oh, no.
You'll have to go talk to a random guy in a diner that somehow knows exactly where it is. That shows Flashpoint. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
What I'm saying is, Bungie, if you can't give me a Dexter, just like tell me where the planets are, then don't get rid of them. Don't. Push it back with the Dragon Balls in a year. Oh, I bet they don't even try to explain it in lore either. I bet they just don't.
That's my thing. If you're gonna do this thing, you better give me a reason, like in-game reason.
Oh, I just realized I bet NPCs will still talk about those planets too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they do it, if they give a good in-game reason, then the characters could talk about how. Well, I don't even know because they're coming back, so I don't even know how they would do that.
Andrew, do you remember who the main enemy of the first year story of Destiny 2 is?
Yes.
The Cabal.
Yeah.
You remember what their home planet is?
No.
Mars.
Not anymore, it's not.
You cannot, after this update in the fall, you will not be able to go to the planet of the main antagonist of the game. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
And to see so many people defending it, it's just like, what the heck, man? I don't know. It seems like the absolute worst. We lost that planet against Thanos. Seems like the absolute worst step to take. In a game that already was like making people really mad because of the decisions they were making, instead of balancing guns, we're just gonna make guns worse. Guns can't get as strong. Instead of buffing the worst guns, we're just gonna make the better guns worse. Nerf stuff. It's so weird. Also,
Yeah,
like,
it's just a weird choice.
they publicly said years ago that Destiny 2 was the better version because you could play all the Destiny 1 content in it. Not anymore. All the Destiny 1 content's going in the vault. All of it. It makes me think about that meme from Red Letter Media that don't ask questions, just consume content. Don't question media, just consume media. Like, because that's exactly what's happening here. Of like, oh no, this is a good thing for the game. I didn't go there anyway, and the game will run better now. So this is a good thing.
Yeah.
The argument, oh, I just got mad all over again. The argument of there are bugs that are caused because the game is too big. They're not. They're taking things away and adding new things.
And adding new things, yeah.
So it's not going to change the size. It's still going to be a problem. And the idea of like, well, they're a small team and they're making an MMO and they don't have all the money that all the bigger teams. They're Bungie. If they could not handle making an MMO, they should not have made an MMO. They should not be adding more content if the answer is we need to get rid of old content. They should just make a new game. If they cannot handle compression and compressing everything into a smaller download size, then it's time to make something new. Oh, man. I'm legitimately angry. Yeah, what a casual brag. It's just too big, guys. Bugs are a problem because we're so awesome. And like, if there are Bungie devs watching this, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at this decision. This decision is stupid and very anti-consumer in my. I'm not like it. Can't switch genres now. Also, I saw somebody arguing on Twitter that was like, well, you don't understand when you talk about those other MMOs. This one's also an FPS. What? Is that supposed to be like they have more loot and more guns, so they have to worry about all that too? Because like all MMOs have a lot of loot. I don't.
Yeah.
I would say personally, you know, if we're just gonna throw it out there on balancing, which I think Destiny 2 fails at spectacularly, Destiny 2 only has 3 classes, each of which has 3 subclasses. There are MMOs out there that have a lot more classes that handle balancing a whole lot better. Yeah. I'm not happy about it. So, we should move on. Because I could rant about this for another hour. I even put out a tweet earlier that was like, hey, this is my stance on it. I'll talk about it on the podcast. Because I knew I would have a lot to say.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb to me. Also, like, what if, I just imagine this. You're a new player, right? You start playing after these changes. Somebody goes, oh, hey, for your class, you really need this gun. You go, okay, where do I get the scatter shot? They go, oh, can't get it anymore. Next year, you'll be able to get it. Andrew, what if next year it's a different gun? And they expect you to run that content again because they just brought it out of the vault to get a different gun.
Oh, that will definitely happen to encourage people to play that
You're
content.
so right, it will. When they could just make a different gun right now and encourage people to play it instead of locking it behind a content vault. Oh, man. I didn't even consider that. That's the thing. Okay, let me go down a different trail here. We want to talk about MMOs. I happen to play one of the most popular MMOs on the market, and I happen to absolutely love it. Let me talk about what Final Fantasy XIV does to encourage people to do things in old zones. So, ARR zones, right? They're not great. They're the smallest. Well, they're not the smallest, but I love those zones. They're not anything near as cool as some of the later zones, right? You can't fly in them. There's low-level mobs in them because the level cap's 80 now, and stuff at there only gets as high as 50, right? Some of the zones are pretty small. Some of them are split up by ferries in between them that you gotta, like, not a ferry as in a physical floating entity, but as a ferryman, a guy with a boat. So, you have to... How do you get people to do that content, right? How do you get people to go back and do those zones again? Well, what if those zones had a lot of fates that were added to them? so that, well, you could go do Fates to get Grand Company seeds. What if we added Blue Mage as an entirely separate experience, and most of the Blue Mage abilities are in those old zones again? What if we added new unspoiled nodes for gatherers, for miners and botanists, to be able to go into those zones to be able to explore stuff? What if we added new fish so that people would want to go back into those areas to fish? What if we added new hunt marks so that people that like to hunt in the game would go back into those old zones to hunt? What if, in the next big update, in the next big patch, we added flying to those zones? What if we made those zones better instead of taking them away? What if that was a thing we could do? Obviously, I'm a little bit passionate about the idea of removing zones entirely. Well, I'll stop now. But yeah, good MMOs add things to the old zones to make you want to go back and do it. Bad MMOs apparently take that stuff away and says, well, you didn't really want it anyway, right? Andrew expected better of you. That's actually all I had on the docket. There wasn't that much news this week, but before we go into plugs, is there anything that you have, Andrew? Because I had a topic, but I didn't write it down, and it's gone now. Because I got to thinking about Destiny 2, got frustrated. If Andrew, if I was to ask you, dementia, what game that you play a lot, or that I play a lot, or that Pat plays a lot, that somebody was wanting to get into, play with us? Thanks, band. 4 subs. Thank you.
Who are all these people?
A bunch of people, apparently, that follow us because they were able to get subs. What game? Thank you. That they're all going to come through now. What game would you recommend for people that want to play the stuff that we play? What do you think is the most, like, have to play this game?
For me, it's Deep Rock Galactic right now.
Yeah.
And I've been preaching it at work too. I've been preaching, and one guy said, "I don't want to play that. I don't know what that is." And I said, "You know what? Screw you. I don't need you. I already got a group of 4."
I think you have more than a group of 4.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's the game. I'm trying to think. That's the game for me right now.
Is it looking like game of the year for you?
It's definitely going to be in the discussion. I mean, there are some big games that are supposed to come out this year. So
yeah, I don't have a lot of faith that any of them come out.
Well, Ghost of Tsushima's coming out.
That's true, and Paper Mario. That's
yeah. Now Cyberpunk, that's probably not coming out.
Speaking of Paper Mario, I may have grabbed it on both of our fantasy.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about the fantasy, dude.
I snatched it up on both of them because I knew that both of you had forgotten it. So all I'm saying is, I'm gonna win this year. Yeah, I'm gonna win this year. Ninja, for sure. Like, how is it not gonna work? How's it not going to win? Paper Mario Odyssey. That would be a better game than Super Mario Odyssey.
Shut up. But honestly, that would be awesome.
It would unironically be a better game than Super Mario Odyssey. I feel bad because we're only 2 hours in, and we've been going for 3. But, like...
Past the third, man. He has the extra hour.
I guess so. Yeah, and we're out of stuff on the docket.
Yeah, we're out of stuff. It's a short week.
We made it 2 hours anyway.
Yeah, if you think about it, with Pat here, with all the Chainsaw Man spoiler talk, and talking about his week, we would end up talking about UFC 250. Like, that's 3 hours right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Quick, chat, give me a topic so we can keep Andrew talking. I want to plug Easy Allies. It's different without Kyle Bossman there. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
But they just did a betting special. Really good. And because of the pandemic, they haven't been able to like all meet up, do group streams. So instead, they did a online group stream where they did tier makers, and they ranked fast food, they ranked Zelda games, they ranked Final Fantasy games, they ranked Mario games, and they ranked candy. And that was a really good stream. Check that out. Can you guess where they ranked Super Mario Odyssey?
Where?
Not at the top tier.
There are obviously, I mean, we have, 7 billion people in the world? There obviously are a handful of idiots.
Oh, look, I'm not. We could honestly have this debate. Most of our chat has never heard us have this debate. I'm just saying.
I don't even remember the game.
I think Breath of the Wild is a better Zelda game than Super Mario Odyssey is a Mario game. I think Super Mario Odyssey is a fun game, but I don't think it is a great Mario game. And chat may come after me on that.
Nah.
The Easy Allies thing was what I wanted to plug with Mario and Zelda, which is what made me think about the discussion on Odyssey. I think Breath of the Wild is a bad Zelda game. Let me specify that. I just think it is a better Zelda game than Super Mario Odyssey is a Mario game. Andrew's not taking the bait and rising to the...
No, I'm not. But I agree. Breath of the Wild made me fall asleep, and I loved Odyssey as well. Some people just love happiness, Trey.
Look, I'm just saying, I think that... Okay, so... Here we go. So, my issue with Super Mario Odyssey is that you cannot walk forward 5 feet without tripping over a moon, and I'm being hyperbolic. Obviously can walk.
Yeah, but they're all over the place.
They're everywhere. And the difference between that and Breath of the Wild with the shrines I still think are not Zelda-like. I think the dungeons of Breath of the Wild are not great. But the shrines, for the most part, I felt like I had to work for. Whereas the moons, for the most part, I felt like I did not. For the most part, I got moons no matter where I went. And that did not make it a fun challenge for me. Then it just became a chore. In a lot of ways, like Maneater became a chore with getting all the collectibles to be able to get the power-ups that I wanted. It wasn't, cool, I'm going to do this cool challenge and get a cool reward for it. It was, all right, I guess I'll swim over there, get the thing. And with Odyssey, it was, all right, I guess I'll jump up there and grab that moon that I see. Oh, cool, there's another moon. Guess I'll stop and get that moon too.
Yeah. And
it became a chore when it did not have to be if they had just cut the number of moons in half. There were I think I got 999 moons in that game?
There's not that many moons.
And I will Google it right now. I will Google this right now. How many moons?
I think there's
Mario Odyssey.
880. But you can take it up to 999 if you buy them.
There are a total of 999 moons in Mario Odyssey.
No, I'm looking at it right now. There's a total of 880 unique moons. So there's 880 moons you can find in the game, but you can get up to 999 if you buy them from the store.
Yeah. I got them all. I got them all. Because I had to get the coins to be able to buy them. I got them all. Because that's what I do in video games. I do everything. Because I hate myself. But my point is, I did everything in Breath of the Wild too. And those shrines, not as annoying as the moons. Granted, there was a lot of shrines.
I think the moons are. I think the moons are there just to make it more kid friendly. Like how many moons there are.
Sure.
Because you can, like you said, there are some moons that you literally just can walk to.
It's just on top of that building. I don't even have to try to jump up.
Yeah.
I will say, I do think Chad is right about the breaking weapons in Breath of the Wild. I did not like them.
That's what turns me off the most about Breath of the Wild.
I put up with it. I did not like it. I think the rest of that game makes up for it, especially once you get the Master Sword because it can't break. But I do still not like that fact. There's a better Mario game that has way less things you have to collect, but still has a lot of things to collect. And it's Super Mario Sunshine. It has 120 shines. It has red coins. You have to work for those shines.
I so badly want to play Super Mario Sunshine. That was a game when I was a kid that I was like, God, I just want a GameCube so I can play this game. I just want a GameCube. And then by the time I got a GameCube, I was too busy with everything else, playing PC and everything like that. So
just play it on Dolphin.
I'm hoping that they're gonna remake it or remaster it for Switch.
I would love it if they did.
That's a rumor coming around that they're gonna remaster. I think it's Super Mario 64, Sunshine. I think Galaxy games.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know how rumors are. I mean, there's always rumors.
There are very few times that I think about Sunshine without going do 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 do, which is not even from Sunshine, but it's the Canals level from Mario Party 4, and it makes me think about the canals in Sunshine and stuff. I do want to say too, I know we need to call it, but Kat brought up the breakable weapons or the breakable tools in Animal Crossing as well. You may have noticed I haven't brought up Animal Crossing in my weeks for the last 2 weeks. I don't know that I'm going to touch that game anymore, other than when friends need things on my island.
Why is that?
Because I've done everything on the island I want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't have a goal anymore. I don't want to, like, originally I was going to keep going until I got the gold weapons. And then I found out the gold tools break too. And so now it's like, why would I try? Why would I get them? Because I got enough bells to upgrade my house. My house is fully upgraded, right? I need to decorate like 2 more things, and then I'm done. And like, I'm one of those people, that's what I do with Animal Crossing. I don't blame anybody that plays it every day, right? But that's what I always do with Animal Crossing. It just feels like normally it has more of an end game.
I don't think it does though. I don't remember, but I guess with, what was it? City Folk, you were the mayor, right?
Yeah, and in New Leaf.
Yeah, so you could do stuff there. This one you can do the terraforming and stuff, but if you like your island, then what's the point?
Joel, you brought me helmets? Not see them. I need to find those. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, when I got terraforming unlocked, I made my pathways. I set up my garden. I made my cliffs the way I wanted them. Oh, they're right in front of my house. I didn't even leave. Like, after you were done, I turned the switch off and put it back in its dock. I didn't even go back to my house. Because, again, there's nothing really left that I want to do in it. And it could just be recency bias that makes me go, I feel like I had more to do in the previous games, you know? But I might not have had more to do in those either. I'm one of those people that I'll play Animal Crossing for a couple months and then just touch them again.
Yeah.
But if for anybody's been curious why I haven't brought it up, why? I got my flower garden. It looks great to me. It's spreading even more because my villagers keep watering it. And it's got. Didn't even catch fish. I completely forgot about the fishing tournament. I haven't completed any of the stuff in the museum other than the fossils. There's got to be a topic I can come up with real quick. There's got to be.
No, I was gonna say. Sorry, I'm talking in chat while I'm listening to you.
You're good.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So I used to check in all the time with Animal Crossing games. This most recent one, though, I'm at a point in my life where if I want a game, I can pretty much just buy it.
Sure.
So I'm flooded with options.
Yeah.
So unlike when I was younger and I was like, okay, I got Animal Crossing. It's the new game I got.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the only game I get for a while. So I just learned to fall into it and play it every single day.
Sure.
I've only put in maybe 20 hours in Animal Crossing, and I haven't really seriously played it in probably 3 weeks.
Sure.
For more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, though, Courtney has like 350 hours. So, and she's in that she's in that group of she doesn't play a lot of games.
Yeah.
So Animal Crossing is her one game that she likes a lot. So.
Well, like, don't get me wrong, I still like it. It's number 5 in my list for the year so far.
Well, it'll drop.
Honestly, it probably will. Do you want to hear my list right now?
Yeah.
So currently, my list is number 1, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I'm shocked.
Who would know, right? Number 2, Dreams. Number 3, Neo 2 with a question mark because I haven't finished it. Number 4, Helltaker.
Oh yeah.
Number 5, Animal Crossing. Number 6, nothing. Number 7, nothing. Number 8, Doom Eternal.
Why is there nothing there for
because
2 spots?
I feel like something's gonna fill that slot, and it's not gonna be Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Number 9. I feel like chat's gonna be like, "What? Why do you have gaps?" Number 9, Pirate Warriors 4. There's a reason. I'll get to Deep Rock Galactic. Number 10, Maneater. And then I have a to finish list. The only reason Neo 2 is on the list when it's not finished is because I'm almost at the end. Like, it's right there. In my to finish list, I have Deep Rock Galactic because it's I'm not done with it yet. It could get bad, but right now it's really good. Wonderful 101 Remastered, Stalker Wars, Persona 5 Royal, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, PSO2, and the Three Houses DLC. Number 6 can get you soon. Not yet. No, not yet. Nothing that's NDA'd, but Fire Emblem Three Houses everywhere. So that Three Houses came out last year, and it was my number 1 last year, fighting with Shadowbringers. But the DLC came out this year. Will probably make the list. I haven't finished it yet. Probably make. I love Fire Emblem 3. Despite the fact that it's got a lot of problems, in a lot of ways, it's not a regular Fire Emblem, but you know. Deep Rock Galactic will probably make the list. I'm not huge on multiplayer games that don't have a big story.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot. So it'll either make the list or become an honorable mention. I think my list will probably, everything will probably move down, and Persona 5 Royal and Xenoblade 1 will find a spot on there. They are remakes, so they can't win Game of the Year for our big Game of the Year, but for my personal list, I can put them wherever I want. I can tell you right now, PSO2 probably not going to make that list.
Yeah. Not surprising.
No. I feel like Soccer Wars could make it. And I met a new character in Soccer.
You haven't talked about it in like forever.
I know. I played it today again for the first time. I just have too much I'm trying to play. But I met a new character and she was really cool. That you find Carl to ask for the lore.
For Carl.
So we have 2 options here, Andrew.
Hold on. Yeah.
We do have a list of topics. We could tackle a topic, or we could call. I'm still doing good. I know that you might not be. I figured I would give you the option. Also, that makes me not the bad guy with that. So, you know, it's a win-win for me.
Yeah. There is an emergency I have to attend.
Okay. Everything good emergency or like a.
Yeah, everything's good. It's
Okay.
just I have to take care of this.
All right. Well, we will call it then. Until next time, I've been Trey.
I'm Andrew.
At Buff Granny.
Roar.
And we've been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life has to offer.